If I find my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Better Than Static. I'm your host tonight, as always, Tyler, and I'm here with...
Are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking
Chris.
at Chris.
And Lucas.
And we have a special guest tonight. What's your name?
My name's Jordan Allen.
Jordan Allen, man. Man, he's great.
Just crossed
I'm
out.
glad you had
laughing before we started
something
this recording.
prepared to like
I
introduce him
did,
to everybody
I
and all that
lost it
stuff.
as soon as we started recording.
We have Jordan Allen. He's
He's great.
he's Jordan Allen.
He's from Jordan Allen The Bellwethers. He's got a band. Where can they listen to your stuff?
iTunes, Spotify, Amazon, and other places.
Other places?
Where can you listen to
Pretty much
music?
anywhere online music
Where can you
is
listen to music?
sold.
Oh, in the car, on the toilet, at work, anywhere you can put headphones in,
Someone told me that they would listen to our music while cutting grass, so there's that. No, but yeah, anywhere online except for Pandora. We're working on that. So.
Gotcha. I just put in for us to try to get on Spotify. That's a leg and a half.
That's serious. We're not serious enough to be on Spotify.
Man, you just gotta submit like a form. So I filled out the form to put it on there. Also, really sorry I had something prepared and we were laughing so hard before we started recording. I forgot what I was gonna say.
That is totally fine.
Good job.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks for your support.
I'm
So
here when you need me.
you are here. You're here sometimes when I don't need you either. But you're here tonight and I need you tonight.
What is this
So
supposed to mean?
I mean, sometimes I don't want you here.
I'll go home.
No, you can
Give
stay.
me the word. I went, hey, see you later, dude.
You can stay. You can stay. But tonight we're going to talk about Star Wars, The Last Jedi. And we know Jordan's a huge fan of Star Wars.
Huge fan.
That was one of the things that we had in common growing up. That and Power Rangers, and what else did we all enjoy?
Sublimity.
Sublimity Elementary.
Gravy and biscuits at Sublimity.
I never ate breakfast.
Sometimes they had it for lunch.
I never ate lunch. No, get out.
Never.
Never.
I never ate lunch
Just
at
stop
Sublimity.
Wait, did you bring your...
I brought my lunch every single day.
Stop talking
through
about stop
elementary
eating.
school.
You missed out, man. There's some good cooking that went on at Sublimity.
There was.
I mean, once you left elementary school, it got worse anyway. That was the truth.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't even a slow decline. It was like just a quick drop.
It fell
Yeah,
off.
it was a rude awakening. I imagine for the kids at I don't know, I'm going to call out some random elementary school. Let's go with
Okay, you go.
campground.
Sure.
I imagine for the kids at campground, though, they were like, oh, man, this is what we've had.
Yeah,
for
we
5
actually
years.
have food.
I don't. Whoa, man.
Too far.
I'd say that would probably be like colony, but if you're gonna call it a school.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I
sure.
just called out campground because of Bobby Brandenburg, but the janitor that lied.
Dude,
Yeah.
we had
Chris and Jordan worked on a summer crew.
chain gang actually. We were breaking rocks.
They went to jail and did a whole jail scene thing.
Yeah. I know we're totally getting sidetracked, but Bobby Brandenburg, he called in on us one day because we were watching the World Cup and not working. What a jerk.
Wow, how dare he?
Man, who calls out people when they don't work?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. You work for the state.
I do.
You
Let's
tell
not
me.
go there.
It's almost like that started a snowball. They got their principal fired.
Oh wow, let's. So, Last Jedi. How'd everybody feel about that? Chris, how did you feel about Last Jedi?
I mean, it's not that Let me preface this by saying I'm a really casual Star Wars fan. Like, I've only seen every movie in the franchise once. Like, I've never watched them more than once. So I'm really casual. Just going because everybody else sees them. It's something to watch the movies. But that being said, I didn't like it that much.
All right, Lucas, what about you? How'd you feel?
I watched it today for the first time.
I thought you were gonna go like Saturday.
Yeah, I
Watch
was.
before the podcast.
I was going to.
Let him. Come on.
It kept getting pushed back.
Punisher guy over here. Come on.
That's
he
true.
watched
It
it.
took me forever to finish Punisher,
Yeah. So I watched it today. So I've been out of the movie for about 3 hours now.
so it's fresh.
It's still very fresh, and I really enjoyed it.
Jordan, what about you? How'd you feel about it?
I thought it was great. I didn't think it was the best Star Wars ever, but
By
I didn't
no
go
means.
into it with those expectations. But I thought that it told an appropriate story, and that it was the story that needed to be told at this point in the saga. That was great. It was a great standalone film by itself, I think.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
I really liked I liked how it started in like the space scene, like the space fight. Like I love when they start out with those because I like the classic, X-wings everywhere and stuff. And then I liked the ending. I liked that, they got away and there's like it gave a good segue to another movie.
Hold on. Spoiler heavy podcast.
Oh yeah, every other podcast has talked about this. But
I
yeah,
know, but
we'll
just
have
to be
spoilers.
sure.
This one will be very spoiler heavy, but
Han dies. There you go.
He did die.
he did die in Force Awakens. That's true. But I liked where it ended. I liked where
Well,
it
they
started.
weren't ready for this. See, I was just sort of like
Yeah.
feigning one on them, so they were like, "Oh,
He is not a Force ghost. Is that what you're trying to say in this one?
no." I was just trying to fake him out. I was just trying to fake him out.
But liked where it started, liked where it finished, and then some of the things that were between, like I don't know, I wasn't crazy about the casino planet. Like I know it had some really good, just exposition of what is actually happening outside of the war and stuff like that. But like, why not have, more significant people to just the random Benicio del Toro there in this hill? Like, why not have Lando there or something? Because he's still alive, right? Lando's still alive.
Nobody really knows at this point, I don't
We
think.
assume Lando's still
Yeah.
alive. What is a universe without Billy D. Williams?
That's true.
Yeah.
I mean, the Force hasn't had a
And
disturbance.
Donald Glover.
Soon to be Donald Glover. That's right. You could just do put some makeup on him and make him look like Lando already.
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about
Funny
make
you
him look-
say that.
Yeah.
It's almost
Make
like
him
he's in a
look-
movie
Have you
playing
seen
Lando
his
Calrissian.
mustache?
But make him look like old Lando for this movie or something. Like, because Benicio del Toro, I don't think his character is ever coming back. So why have him just take that Jedi little talisman and
'Cause
backstab him and stuff?
I feel like he kind of filled the void of what Han Solo was in the first couple of movies, way, way, way back. And let me explain, because Chris is looking real crazy. Simply
Han
because
was cool. This guy wasn't.
I thought he was pretty cool, but more as like a space pirate, kind of on the edge. All he's doing is just trying to survive and make it through the war. Not on either side. He doesn't really care who wins or loses. He's just trying to survive.
Well, we don't know if we're ever going to see him again. People probably thought that about Lando in 1980 too.
True.
I mean, he could come back in some random garb.
Do we think
and be like,
Holdo's?
oh, it's
Do
Lando,
we
and then
think
he
Holdo's
accidentally
coming back?
Who?
Holdo.
Holdo might come back. There's still.
Do you think there's a chance for her to not die?
Well, I mean,
Oh, hold on.
Leia.
That's
Leia
the purple
didn't
haired
die.
chick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was
That-
an awesome scene, by the way.
That was cool.
I wasn't crazy about her character because she was holding the thing, just her plan over Poe the whole time. Like, why not be a good leader and tell everyone the plan?
Yeah, that was a little muddled, and I don't know. I just felt like it was kind of like they did it because they had to have this oh, you have to learn this lesson, Poe. It wasn't really like something someone would actually do. It's like, oh well, we have a plan, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. And people were freaking out. I don't know. I just don't feel like. I feel like it was more of a plot device to do that
and
than anything.
yeah.
with her not telling that was going to happen, sent Finn and
Rose.
Rose.
AKA
Okay.
the most
Right.
forgettable
Oh, we have to have a
character.
reason for them to go to this
Right.
wicked awesome casino planet that we've just dreamed up, which was, by the way, not wicked awesome, but I felt like that they thought it
felt like it
was.
was-
Oh, they
Yeah.
thought
It felt
the
prequel-ish.
they thought the horse
Yeah.
racing thing.
Oh yeah.
Well, that
Well, not.
I fully
I
expected.
told Tyler this after the movie when we got out. I was like, I swear when they saw that racetrack and they were panning down, there's gonna be pod racing.
That's
know.
what I
that's
thought.
that's what I thought. My first thought.
I was like, of course. I'm like, it's here it
No,
comes.
because you didn't hear.
It's like, here it comes.
and then
Get ready.
Sebulba shows up.
Yeah, it's out of nowhere. He's a million years old.
No, but I felt they had to slip that little don't be cruel to animals
Yeah.
in that.
I thought that was a little pandering.
And here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, you get all those weird horses, whatever, out in the field. They're a couple miles from the town. They're just gonna go out there and find them again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What a
they
waste
just
of
gonna
time
go
that
catch
was.
'em.
That was really a waste
That
of
was an
time.
inconvenience more than a hey. Let's
It's
all
like,
stop
oh, we gotta
this."
go round up these guys again. Oh well.
But and then they also introduced that they used that to introduce that anybody can have the Force because the little kid with the broom at the end of that. What I wanted to happen was not have anything to do with the casino. They had to jump off some random planet and wait for that the dreadnought to go by, and then they come in behind it because they're only scanning in front for stuff leaving.
What are you talking about?
it's a big plot device I had planned. Like, so I didn't
So
want.
in the beginning of the movie,
It's
they
like that scene in
don't
Parks and
destroy the
Recreation where Patton
dreadnought.
Oswalt was in front of the judge, and he's like, "This is my plan for Star Wars.
Yeah.
If I was given the reins to a Star Wars franchise, I'd have them."
I just felt like you didn't need that whole casino plan. You could have done something else,
Well,
like
see-
to get onto the other
The
ship.
only thing that's what makes me mad is like Finn was like my favorite character from The Force Awakens, and I felt like they wasted him, and that's what made me mad. I was like, he didn't do anything hardly the whole movie.
Well, yeah, because his whole plot line meant nothing, and
That's
and-
why.
Yeah.
That's why I was like,
There was no payoff, and it actually hurt the Resistance more than it helped them.
Yeah.
Because, the Benicio del Toro gave away all their stuff, and they destroyed half their fleet. And, I don't know. But I did, to play devil's advocate, I actually enjoyed some parts of the casino scene. More of it setting up the world that it's not so black and white. Because with past Star Wars movies, you're either all in on the First Order or all in on the Resistance. But you've seen a lot of the arms dealers selling to both the First Order and the Rebels, and it kind of played into the normal citizens look on, not normal citizen,
say, I
but the
don't know if
wealthy citizen kind of thing.
Oh yeah, I think that was
Tony
that was the
Starks.
one good takeaway was that it's like they're selling to this like one person selling to
Yeah.
both sides and just fueling the war machine. So I mean, I did like that part about it, but I mean that's like
That's-
one little
That is the one thing
Yeah.
from that, though. The
from
rest
that
of it
whole
was
1
kind of.
hour, like little
Yeah.
side story. That's all they had to show for it.
But for the rest of the movie, though, I mean, I just feel like that's probably my only that was kind of lame. But I mean, a lot of people forget. A lot of people forget because we watched the original trilogy. Like our generation watched it when we were little, and then the prequels came out. Well, not Chris.
yeah, I watched it the day I went and saw Force Awakens. I watched the original trilogy for the first time.
So Chris is like,
well,
I told you,
weird in
I
this
said I
group.
was really casual.
most
but yeah,
people
yeah.
that grew up on Star Wars watched the original trilogy growing up, and then they watched the prequels. I remember episode 3 came out the day before the last day of 5th grade.
Mhm.
I remember going to watch it, and so we saw these films when we were kids, and you have to remember that even there were some hokey parts about this movie, but where they're not. I mean, there's the same stuff in the original trilogy. We're just all like, oh, well, we watched it at an early age, so we accept it. But now we're like, we want a movie that's not as hokey, but it's still, whether you like Star Wars or not, it's still geared toward younger audiences.
yeah.
Yeah, it
Well, I mean,
is.
and the prequels were definitely evident of that because like you had the whole flips and crap and like the crazy lightsaber fights. Where
Yeah.
like original, you just
But-
had like. Obi-Wan just like swung one time and Darth Vader blocked it, and then like
Yeah.
Obi-Wan phased out.
But the whole prequels were based on trade disputes.
Yeah.
Like, that's not something I feel like a kid. Something
no,
I
that's what's weird.
definitely
You're telling me
didn't
not-
wrap my head
Speak
around
for
it.
yourself. No, I'm kidding.
No.
As how old were we? Like 7, 8-year-old
Yeah.
going into a movie. I had no idea. I just wanted to watch them flip around and do cool lightsaber stuff.
Yeah, I never understood why the Separatists were the bad guys until I got older. I was like,
Yeah.
this guy's got a bunch of droids and he wants to shoot people.
See, that's why I
Yeah.
was like, so this guy's got droids and he's like wanting to take over the world.
Yeah.
So like they're trying to stop
They're
him.
trying to
No.
stop him from the world that they took over already.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
just want the status quo to stay the same. No droids. Droidism. Yeah.
I don't know. And then I
Where does
went
Jar
back.
Jar fit into this?
Jar Jar had no like I don't know. Wait, what was that?
Jar Jar Snoke.
Jar Jar Snoke. Okay.
If that dude, I would have loved this movie way more if he was. Like, that would have
Or have you
I-
heard the story of Darth Plagueis?
like if that would
I
if they
haven't.
would have revealed Snoke as Jar Jar, I would have flipped out in the theater. I would have been, holy crap! Like I would have yelled.
I'm really, which I've watched so many.
But then
which
again,
you
like,
haven't- I don't know if you've had time. You probably didn't watch any spoiler videos before the movie, right?
No, I
So you
didn't.
probably haven't had a lot of time, but I watched it at 7:00 December 14th. So I've watched a bunch of these
Like
reviews
fan
and
theories
what they
and-
think, like spoiler heavy ones, and they're saying, well, maybe Rey's parents, maybe Kylo Ren he's lying to them or whatever. But I personally, if that is true, if her parents are no, I actually like that.
I do
And
too.
a lot of people are angry about it, but I kind of liked it.
Well, that
I do
furthers
too.
the point of like the kid having the broom at the end. Like
oh, it's
that.
Rey's kid.
No, like that anybody can have the Force. Like
Yeah.
it furthers that point that they're trying to make. And Ryan Johnson, he wanted that. Like he didn't want any of the mystery stuff that J.J. Abrams had in Force Awakens because obviously, he kills off Snoke and then kind of gives Phasma this whole scene. We don't know if she's gone yet. Me and Lucas don't think.
I think
gone.
she's
Who
alive.
cares if she's gone? She's done nothing. What a waste.
She
of
really
the character.
hasn't.
Brienne of Tarth is so cool, and they gave
Okay.
her nothing.
Okay, you say that, but Boba Fett.
Oh yeah, he's
That's
stupid
true.
too.
Okay. Well, at least you can say that.
He did
Because so
nothing.
many people are like, "Oh, Phasma just looks cool, and they wasted her." And I'm like, "Oh, hello, Boba Fett."
Boba Fett
Yeah.
did nothing. He just flew around. Captain
Yes,
Han
he
Solo
did.
got ate by a Sarlacc. Oh wow, he's so
Yeah.
cool. No,
I mean, the same exact thing
It's
happened
exactly
in
the
the
same.
originals.
Yeah.
But people don't care. They
'Cause
don't bat an
I
eye.
remember going into it and like, man, everybody talking about this Boba Fett guy. I just finished
But-
it. I'm like, that was stupid. He was stupid. He served no purpose.
Captain Phasma's only fight scene, she got beat.
Yeah, that's true. She got beat by a
Yeah.
guy that just woke up out of a coma.
Yeah, that
Well,
got
she
destroyed by
I mean, he had, like,
stormtroopers
maybe
in the
4.
last episode.
And then Boba Fett got killed by a blind guy. So
That's
yeah,
true,
that's
too.
true.
Boba Fett,
Yeah.
where? Technically, he got killed by the Sarlacc, but
Yeah.
The
was-
giant
he was-
space vagina.
Defeated. I'm sorry, what? Did you say giant space sphinxer?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
close
exactly
enough.
what I
that's
said.
better.
Yeah.
Probably is better. I was trying to help
More
you.
That's
accurate.
true. But I mean, I don't think Captain Phasma's ever going to get her solo film like Boba's going to get.
Why would she get his soul?
No,
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, you also have the extended universe stuff helping out Boba Fett
That's true.
more
like,
so than
you have the
Captain
Mandalorian
Phasma.
Wars, like the KOTOR stuff, like Knights of the Old Republic stuff of like the Mandalorian stuff.
Exactly. I
What
don't
is
know.
Chris' mind blown?
Chris just is like, what's that?
It's an old video game called Knights of the Old Republic, and it has a lot of story and
Oh, I
like.
thought that
Yeah,
was
there's
big.
also
Well,
in
everything
Clone
in the
Wars.
Star Wars like that is out, and Star Wars is canonical, so it all is actually happened. It's still there and stuff.
Okay, cool.
That just like went over his head.
Yeah. They also show, 'cause in the Clone Wars, the cartoon on Cartoon Network, they also have the whole whatever the planet's called. Don't remember. The Mandalorians
Some
Yeah.
Mandalorian
are
base. Well, that's the only thing I can think
are
of
now
when
a
you're saying
peaceful race and all this stuff, and they have a small group of outlaws that are still
Death
kind
Watch.
of Death Watch. Yeah. Yeah.
That's from Clone Wars TV show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should watch some of that stuff.
It's on
Have you guys
Netflix.
watched The Rebels? What is it?
I've watched Star Wars Rebels. I watched up to like season 3 maybe. I had to find it on some really questionable
I
website
gotcha.
that like you can watch like any cartoon ever,
Yeah.
but there's so many pop-ups.
See, I never got into Rebels. I watched all of Clone Wars with one of my roommates in college, but yeah.
I don't like Rebels as much, but I just watched it because it is canon, and so I figured the direction they were going with Rebels would be the direction they're trying to go with the new trilogy, which in a way it is because they find the Bendu, who's like the balance of light and dark, and then that's technically what they're trying to say in the Last Jedi.
So they're saying that Ryan Johnson's going to get that next trilogy, and do you think it'll be? I would really like something that's not very Jedi heavy. Like I loved Rogue One because it's just rebels. Like you have like the couple Jedi monks that are just like guardians of the temple. But I would really love like smuggler run stuff, like how I hope Han Solo's movie will be, or maybe it's just I don't know. I want something outside of the Skywalker genealogy.
Well, that's what the new trilogy is going to be. It's going to be its
Yeah.
own standalone story.
I think it'll be definitely outside of the Skywalker like storyline, bloodline, or whatever. And I think it's obvious that it is going to be because of this new trilogy. They're basically like they killed off Han and they killed off Luke, and I don't know what they're going to do about Carrie Fisher in 9. I don't know
has
how
to
they're going
die,
to. Well,
right?
yeah, but I don't know
Yeah.
how they're going to handle it.
They
because
had
they hadn't
some
started
scenes.
I was
filming.
assuming
They-
they were
they
going to
had a
handle it in
couple
this movie.
scenes.
Okay, yeah, I thought Luke would go in 9 and she would go in 8, but
I mean,
That's
she
what
set
I
it
was
up that way.
expecting going
Well, I mean, I
into
think
was
she
it.
like, I would've
died
been fine
after.
with it.
yeah,
She died after they had like a lot of the stuff filmed, and then that would have taken so much time to go back and refilm the stuff. Had you like say you wanted to go out where Holdo did, or go out where the actual cockpit exploded and she did her whole Superman scene, like that would have been
Yeah.
that was over 3/4 of the
Would've
movie
shot
they would have
that
to refilm.
differently instead of like Superman. That would have came off so much better.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing was like she was force pulling the ship, so like she had to have that
or
Yeah. She was pulling herself to the ship.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't understand why everyone was so upset
It
about
just
that
looked-
either.
It just, I
It
thought
did.
looked
I
good.
mean, but how would you want Leia to go into a ship in space? Like,
Well, I thought
feel
I
like-
was fine with her dying right there. I thought
Well,
that was
yeah, but-
safe.
See,
I was too. I thought she was dead. And I was
The
like,
plot
all
point
right,
I thought was the problem.
okay. Well, see, I've heard a lot of people who are like, oh, well, it looks stupid, and I'm like, well, how would you want to
Yeah.
go? I mean,
See, I wouldn't have done it in the first place.
I thought it'd been cool.
I
Say
just
like
would've let her
Kylo
die.
Ren did it. Like he felt bad about blowing up his mom, so he was gonna give the
Or if
rebels
they
her
had to cut
body.
away for such a long time before they went back to it.
That might
Yeah,
have been
because
it
it felt
too.
like she was out there for a long time.
They had like a big scene between her blowing up and then coming back to her. If they would have kept on the scene, having a shot of Kylo Ren seeing her floating out in space or something,
That'd been cool.
that
Like that would have
would've
been useful.
It would have helped instead of just
Yeah.
whatever Finn and Rose are doing, and then
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like they could have sent somebody out and picked her up.
Also, why would you kill Admiral Akbar in such a like measly way? Have him do Holdo's thing.
technically it wasn't. It's not the same Admiral Akbar, is it?
yeah.
Yeah, that's
They
the.
all look the same, so I don't know which one is which.
But do all of them have the line? It's a trap.
I don't
Right
know.
before he died in The Last Jedi, if you turn the volume up, you can hear him utter, "It's a trap."
Can you really, or did you make that
I
up?
made that up. That'd be cool though.
It's a trap.
Why did you fall for that?
I thought maybe where he's listening to like all these spoilers stuff.
I have listened to a lot of spoilers, but no.
But they introduced a lot of characters that I had nothing, like I cared nothing about. Like like I said, Benicio del Toro's. I didn't like Holdo. Like
Rose.
Yeah, I didn't care for Holdo.
Rose, I could have cared less. Like at least
Yeah.
they didn't kill her off in this movie, like or like make it look like she's going away, like she's going to carry on to the next film. Like they didn't just waste that character.
I'll say I liked Rose better than. I think I like her better than any of the newer characters that we saw in The Last Jedi. I mean,
Really, you don't like Rey?
no, in The
No.
Last Jedi.
Oh, in the-
yeah,
So-
no, definitely.
I
No,
was about to say like what?
Yeah.
I thought-
No.
I thought you meant like everybody they
No.
brought in for Force Awakens.
no,
like,
everyone
oh,
they introduced in this movie, I think that Rose. I
would
liked
agree
Rose
with
the
that
best.
too, but
They didn't introduce.
She had
Sloan.
I
by
feel like
far
we-
the biggest
as
part.
a whole, people that were introduced were pretty weak.
Yeah.
That's true.
Well,
That's
I'm with Lucas on DJ. I mean, I didn't think he was like. I thought he was pretty cool for his part.
Who's DJ?
that was
Isn't
the
that his name?
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Benicio
DJ.
del Toro.
I
His little. I don't know.
the stutter was really pointless. I thought.
Well,
I was like, what the heck?
I mean, pointless, but I'm sure that was. I don't know if it was Benicio del Toro's call, but it's probably just him trying to make the character his own or
guess.
something.
I just
Make it
don't-
just. I don't know.
I don't know. When
Different
he started
or
stuttering,
something?
I was like, it just took me out immediately. I was like, okay, I guess, sure.
That's you, man. You do you.
I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know. It
Chris
just-
draws the line of speech impediment.
No, I mean, like, I'm fine with speech impediments. It's just that I felt like his was like, I don't know, it felt forced. I don't know.
If you're gonna be in a movie, you better talk
I
without a stutter.
can't understand.
Better not have a stutter, but not have no speech
Speak
impediment.
up, young man.
That'll be Chris's like disclaimer if he ever directs a movie. You better
Yeah,
be able to
because
talk
I'm
correct.
totally getting into filmmaking.
Yeah. But I also feel like he is, at least in my knowledge, I'm probably forgetting about somebody huge, but that's the only one that's started out helping one group and then immediately, like without any big change of heart or something, just simply because there was a chance to make money.
Well,
At first, Lando was like,
Lando, but
Lando-
it wasn't money. He was saving
His people.
But then he goes back.
yeah.
Right.
Like at the end.
Well, see, I thought Benicio del Toro was going to go back, but it was BB-8 in the ATST. Like I thought that was going to be DJ in the ATST where like shoots to help him get away or whatever.
Yeah, I think I thought it was him too. I can't remember who I thought it was, but it was probably him. 'Cause I did not expect BB-8.
I went straight to BB-8.
Here's the thing: if you want to win a war, just have a bunch of BB-8s.
Yeah.
Pretty
They can
much.
do everything.
So BB-8's pretty much a Mary Sue, I guess, in this case.
Who's Mary Sue?
Pretty much,
That's what a lot of people called Ray.
but she's not.
No, she's definitely not.
It's just like somebody that just has in the movie is just like there's no reason why they're so good at everything. They just are.
Okay, it's like a Jeffrey
That wasn't a
Poston. Calling him out. He's just good at everything.
Oh, Jeffrey Poston?
Yeah.
He's married too. There's no reason. He's
Yeah.
just that good.
He's just that good at everything.
Yeah.
All right, seems like a weird place for a call out, but all right.
I know he listens to us weekly.
I know that's why I thought it was a weird place for a call out.
It's like, oh, are you a super nice guy? Yeah. Are you an awesome soccer player? Yeah. Can you grow an awesome beard? Yeah. Well, whatever.
I'm also an electrical engineer. What else you want to know about me?
Yeah. Not fair.
But the real reason I wanted to have Jordan because I knew he loves talking about Star Wars. But also, you did like a folk cover of Star Wars as well.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I mean that's on YouTube, right? Can you find it?
YouTube, yeah, and Facebook both.
Okay, yeah. And I really want to talk about that because did you have any difficulty of figuring out how you're going to cover it, of like which instruments we're going to do which part and stuff like that?
As far as like who would play I knew that I was playing chords on everything because I was like not even going to attempt. Because basically, like, you hear a lot of people talk about Ringo wasn't even the best drummer in the Beatles. Well, I'm not even the best guitar player in Jordan Allen The Bellwethers. I just kind of somehow lucked into playing with these awesome guys. So I pretty much just rely on them to do a whole lot of cool stuff. So the instrumentation, no, that wasn't hard to kind of figure out who was going to do what, because I think we were just like, for the cantina, the notes are a lot shorter, so it would be better on banjo, and then everything else just seemed more appropriate with cello. But yeah, that wasn't too difficult to figure out who was doing what.
Did you have this idea for a long time, or was it like Last Jedi come out like, oh guys, this would be cool if we did this?
No, I wanted to do it before Rogue One, and number one, we just kind of ran out of time, and number two, as a band, we don't really have any. No one has a good quality camera or a way to record live sound very well. And so the last year, pretty much, since we did our Staying Alive cover with Matt McQueen, we've pretty much been working with Matt. And sometime early this year, we were like, all right, we're going to start working on an album with Matt. And so Matt's been super gracious to just be like, hey, I want to help the band with media. And so now that I knew that Matt was willing to help us with it, because I kind of pitched the idea to him, then it was kind of a no-brainer that I wanted to do it definitely for The Last Jedi. And so it was kind of a missed opportunity with Rogue One, and then we kind of got our crap together and did it for Last Jedi.
I listened to him like, at first, like I remember listening to like some bluegrass covers and stuff of like, you know, Thunderstruck and stuff. I'm like, so this will be like that. But then you have the nostalgia of Star Wars, because I actually watched it like the night I watched Last Jedi. I was like, this is amazing, because I just came out of there, and I was like, oh goodness.
Oh, thanks, man.
But like, is there any other movies that you personally would want to do kind of like that, like do a cover of?
I don't think so. I'm really bad at going to the movies, and so I mean, I never got into Harry Potter, and I feel a lot of people will be mad at me when I say this, but
Chris will be mad at you.
I'm not, but okay.
I would much rather see dudes fight with lightsabers than shoot magic at each other out of wands.
I'm right there with you.
Okay. So I never got into Harry Potter, but Harry Potter World's awesome. I did go and drink butterbeer because my sister-in-law is a huge fan. But I never got into Harry Potter, never really got into Lord of the Rings. I would say if there was any other thing that I would do, it would be like trying to play songs from Friday Night Lights TV show or something.
I actually watched that my senior year of college. Like, I needed something to play in the background of, like, while I was doing homework, and I thought that'd be a great one, and then I got hooked. I was
And
like,
then
wait, who's doing what?
You got distracted by Kyle Chandler's eyes.
Yeah,
I did.
that's exactly what it was.
Coach Taylor's beautiful man.
Hey, clear, wait, no, is it?
Full disclosure?
No.
Oh.
Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
That's right.
It's been a
Full
while.
disclosure.
I thought you said Kyle Taylor, and I was like, Tyler's like, full disclosure, he is really hot or
No,
something. I don't know.
I was
No, that's just what he says before each game.
Oh.
He
Yeah.
leaves it open-ended. Full disclosure.
You have beautiful eyes.
And then they just go out and win. But no, we got away from that. Now I don't think I could do any other movie, because I was the kid that I bought the Revenge of the Sith soundtrack, and it was all John Williams, and like how lame is that? But I listened to it, and because it's good music, but it's just music that I've grown up with. Literally ever since I can remember, I've always loved Star Wars, and John Williams plays a huge part in the emotions. So
I mean, like, even as a casual fan, like, you sit in there and you hit the crawl. Like, when the title comes up, I mean, I still got chills anyway, and I didn't even grow up with the films.
yeah,
And it's such an iconic, like, I mean, every time I hear it in movies just out, it's just, like, it it just brings instant emotion kind of thing to it. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's where I'm such a
John
huge
Williams
fan
is
of this.
insane. Like
Yeah.
he did Harry Potter too, the first Harry
Yeah.
Potter.
I
Like,
didn't know he did the first
the
Harry
original
Potter.
theme. That's his too.
That makes a lot of sense because it's awesome.
He's insane.
Jurassic Park, Home Alone,
He's
Jaws.
really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy. Indiana Jones.
Man, I love
Let's
like
talk about another franchise
I-
Chris hasn't watched.
I love Star Wars, but Indiana Jones I love even more than so I wanted to be Indiana Jones when I was like growing up. Like I had a whip, I had the hat, I had everything.
See, I'm with Chris. I never.
I watched the Indiana
Really?
Jones
Yeah.
movies
Oh.
the first time all the way
I
through
don't know.
like a week ago.
Are you kidding me?
Okay,
Like,
so
I've
you're the odd one
seen-
out here.
I've seen them like
I've
all like
seen
8
'em.
times.
I've seen them a long time ago growing up, but my parents, neither one of them, were big Indiana Jones fans. They were, well, my mom's a huge Star Wars fan. My dad could care
My
less,
first
but
real exposure outside of the Crystal Skull was in Algebra 2. We watched a weird spin-off of, it was like a math, it was like Indiana
Oh, that's.
and like this weird
wasn't there a TV show for a short time?
Yeah, there was. It was like a young Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. George
The-
Lucas was in charge of it, actually. I think.
The kid, so you
Somebody's
guys
got to
remember
get a
the,
stamp of
the Last
approval.
Crusade? Did you all watch the Last Crusade? The beginning of it, where it is a kid. That kid played young Indiana Jones.
Okay,
Oh.
so that was to set up the
Yeah.
TV.
At least
Okay.
the continuity's there.
Henry
Yeah, there's some-
Jones Jr. That's all
You're
I
named
heard.
after your dog. Like, so he took it. What I thought was hilarious was like, Indiana was the name of his dog, and like he had this Arabic name. He's like, "You're named after a dog?" He goes, "No, I just liked the name." It was just some of the dumbest like backstory, but back to like the soundtracks for movies.
Segues are so rough.
They are. I'm awful at
Oh my
segues.
gosh.
Are there any other like cinematic music that you guys really enjoy? Like I liked Hans Zimmer of like Dark Knight Rises. Like these guys can tell stories with like just music.
Like, you know what I'm thinking probably.
Go for it. Tell
You
it.
know it's Interstellar for me, hands down. Hans Zimmer. That soundtrack freaking changed my life.
Okay.
It's such a good soundtrack.
I honestly, which I mean, I guess thinking about it kind of shocks myself being a musician. I don't. A lot of times I don't pay attention to the music unless it's really good.
No, I don't either.
The
But
Book of Eli though.
Book Eli
I don't know
had
who
one.
did that, but the
gonna
little.
look
It
up
was
real
really
quick.
good.
Yeah, that was really cool.
I forgot.
And it was
about that
really
movie.
simple, but that just little.
And sometimes it's just some of the, like the most subtle stuff that can
Yeah.
make you feel something. Like the Harry Potter, it's like that little dun dun dun, or what is it? How does it go?
I'm not humming.
Well, like but that little opener, like you're just like you can recognize that anywhere. Like, but also Atticus Ross did Book of Eli.
Atticus Ross.
I don't know what else he
If
did.
you're watching Atticus, good job. He's probably watching.
He's
You're a
he's
good lawyer.
definitely watching.
I like your movie about the Mockingbird. Boo Radley.
I really like movies with like Guardians of the Galaxy with like
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, old school
those
music.
classic.
Really good soundtrack.
Like
Yeah.
80s stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Josh, our cello player, would be a lot better to pick those things out because he could probably compose stuff like that. He's a genius, but I don't normally notice it unless it's like really blows me away.
Well, I mean, that's the only thing. I'm like that too. So like
Yeah.
Interstellar, like hit me. Like I immediately got out of the theater. I'm like, I need to find all this music like ASAP.
I was so blown away by the concept of Interstellar that I could not tell you about the movie. The whole movie I was just
it
going.
was the thing, like, it was, here's the thing, the docking scene, when they're, it's after Matt Damon blows up and they're trying to reattach to, let's move on to another topic. Let's just,
The hand motion didn't help either.
go, keep going with it.
there's no way I'm going to be able to word this that makes it sound
I know what
appropriate.
you're talking about. I know what scene you're
And
talking about.
I had never really noticed myself in a movie theater that like gripped, like intense. Watch, I hate you so much. Brian. I've never been that like attached to a movie. Like I've never like been so intently watching a movie in my life, and I sort of caught myself after it was over. Like holy crap! Jeez.
I love movies that do that because I don't normally do that, but unless I'm watching Star Wars. And Rey is, you don't know if she's gonna take Kylo's hand or not. I mean,
That would have been hot.
That,
I would have been all about it.
What if she did like a double cross thing? I would be okay. Like if I knew she was gonna double cross him when taking
Nah.
his hand.
But
I'd
that
roll for it.
never works. I mean, like, it works in movies. Of course it's a movie, but Star Wars is real to me. And I'd be like, nah. Because once you start down the dark path,
Yeah.
You can't get
It's
back.
a
Dom-
slippery
but forever
slope.
Dom-
She went
dominates
all
your
the way.
destiny.
She was immersed in the darkness and came back. That like pit thing.
well, hypothetically, but Luke was technically immersed in the darkness in the cave.
That's true.
So
He turned out
Vader
okay.
was immersed in the darkness, and he did come back.
He did come back.
I think it only counts if you have a few seconds to live.
Okay.
That's true.
That last
Yeah.
she's got like 10 years left. She doesn't really
Yeah,
matter.
she can't come if you got longer than 3 seconds. Or no, well, he lived 3 minutes. I think he lived like.
What
3
I
minutes
don't
after.
understand is why in the Revenge of the Sith, Obi-Wan says only the Sith deal in absolutes. I don't get it. That's an absolute. You're breaking your own logic, and I can't get past that quote.
Well, all of the Jedi were like that.
True.
Like it was, but I don't think it was meant that way when he said it. So it is kind of funny.
When I watched it, I was like, oh, wait a second, hold on, no.
Like when you go back and watch it, you're like, oh, George Lucas did this to show that the Jedi were hypocritical, but that's not why he did it.
Don't think
Yeah,
that's why he did
like
it.
it works, but it's not like the actual plan they
Yeah.
had.
Just had
It
a
was an
typewriter, was like,
accident.
"Oh."
It's kind of like how
Kids are gonna love
midichlorians, he wanted
this.
midichlorians to be a thing, and then he's like, oh, no,
Midichlorians.
scratch that, scratch that.
Scratch midichlorians.
It sounds too much like mitochondria.
I mean, he probably thought that's what they were
Yeah.
called.
The powerhouse
He's like-
of the cell.
Huh. Powerhouse, you got a lot of power. That's how you become a Jedi.
What are
I'm
they
not.
supposed to be?
You're probably right.
Yeah.
I want
Like,
to
I
know
know
his
we're
like
joking,
biology
but-
like grade. Like I bet he got like a C in biology. But so I like
I had
love
a
Star
C in
Wars.
biology.
And wait, what?
I think I either had a B- or a C in biology.
But you had AP bio, so it was
I was not confident in my ability to pass a biology class in college, so I took geology. So,
I took geology as well.
I
I had fun in geology
Yeah.
in high school.
and I took it in high school. And you know what? That class actually helped me out a lot
Did it
in
really?
college. Yeah, cartography.
Oh, I thought watching all the Tremors movies
not-
it didn't help.
I guess it's not cartography. It's part of cartography.
It is.
But
terrain, topography.
yeah,
Maybe.
measuring the grades.
Seismographs.
Rockology.
Anyway,
The study of the ground.
But it did help me. I told Markham that when I saw him. I was like, hey.
dude, I bet he like just that made his day.
He was probably like, we watched Tremors. How did it help you?
Did we watch Back to the Future too?
I don't think so. I think we just
no,
watched every
there
Tremors.
was a Tremors that went back in time too. So
Yeah, there was.
That's why I thought we watched
Yeah.
Back to the Future. Never mind. And all those YouTube
Throwback
compilations.
right there to Tremors. I haven't watched.
Seriously, we watched Tremors and we watched a bunch of YouTube compilations of people doing crazy stuff.
And
We
watched,
did that in bio. We watched like a bunch of YouTube stuff in biology with him.
We watched
People are
asking
awesome.
all them questions.
Oh
And,
god. We watched that video
And-
like 20 times in that class.
and apparently he because I went back to visit him one day. I had to go back for something. I guess I was probably like a sophomore, maybe junior in college, and he was like, "Guys, you know who this is?"
Oh, no.
I show him your music video every day. They're like, "Yeah, every day."
I
I don't know if he is today, but he was at the time because
Gosh,
it was
I'm-
still pretty fresh. But
At that time, it was already like 3 years old though. At that time though.
Which one?
That was 2012. We went back as a juniors. 2015.
we did the video in like the Wanderer video in like
Oh, I was
2014.
talking about. I thought you were. Oh, I
The
thought you
Abilene
were
video
showing-
was pretty-
You were showing the asking all the questions videos to us.
Oh no! When I walked in, he was like, "Guys, you know who this is?" And they were like, "Yeah, could
Oh,
you show
okay.
us his music like
Okay,
every day?"
okay.
Props to him though.
Yeah.
I did geotech engineering, and like I had to do a lot of geology stuff. He's like, I bet I helped you out a whole lot with that. I was like, I just shook my, yep, you sure did. Not that I actually paid attention in my college class.
Where were
But-
you going with the Star Wars thing though?
I was gonna go with like,
Star Wars.
wait, what do you mean, like the music or the actual just movies?
I don't know. You were gonna say something, then I started talking about geography. So
Oh, I was gonna say back like with the
Finally,
music.
Somebody that wants to talk about geography.
Chris loves like I don't know. You probably never listened to our show before, but Chris
Oh.
loves geography.
that's how stupid I am. I was geology is what I was talking about. So.
Oh.
You just broke his heart a little bit.
I think I said geography that time, but I said geology earlier.
Probably.
If not,
I didn't
who
know.
knows?
I just heard geography. Oh, hey.
It's got a G.
G.
G in
Close enough.
geography or G at the end. I don't know. Whatever. It's a G word.
Geography G.
Shut up. Words are hard.
Yeah,
But
I know.
I was gonna go back to the music and say like for me, we were talking about music that means a lot to us. Like Chris, it was Interstellar because the timing of the music at different scenes, and like you said, Star Wars just because that's what you grew up with. I think movies have more an impactful music for me because it's something I've heard over and over and over, and like you grow with the characters, like you kind of get attached to the characters, and that's how the music goes with me. Because like when I hear that music, like I think of that character, or I think of this thing that happened.
I got you. I know what you're talking about. Like All Star with Shrek.
Oh yeah,
Grew up
dude.
with Shrek. All Stars there the whole time.
Smash Mouth needs to go and thank the creator of Shrek.
Yeah, I mean, John Williams did that with a few, a lot of characters, I guess, in Star Wars. But were you talking about any other specific?
Well, I mentioned Hans Zimmer for Dark Knight, like because that movie, it makes you just feel depressed at some of the scenes, and then it makes you feel like amped at others. And like I think Hans Zimmer does really good at getting your adrenaline going. So like when you hear it was
Must not have been that memorable, huh?
It was like a Master Aggression or something. Was the name of one of the tracks, and I actually downloaded it to my iPod. But like I was like, it was this like the music as he was like running at Joker, and he's like, hit me. It was just great. Like I was like amped, like
Just let him go. Just let him.
just let me ramble for a little.
Where are the motorcycles to hit me?
Where's Rachel?
I really can't watch that movie again because of how goofy he sounds as Batman.
It's rough.
hard. It's
Well,
rough.
he does, but it makes sense.
It does, but it.
Like, what else, I mean, a voice simulator, which I haven't seen, but I know that he has a...
But you didn't watch.
You didn't watch?
No, like I said, I'm terrible at going to the movies.
That's like the one thing I do.
Yeah, I never go, man. I'm just... a Christmas Day is a staple, and when a Star Wars movie comes out, that's about it. Which I watched Ferdinand.
You watched
Phenomenal.
Ferdinand on Christmas
Loved
Day?
Ferdinand. It was awesome. But I digress. But yeah. I don't know what I was talking about now.
I had
Yeah.
another thing on Star Wars, but it's kind of like I'm dwindling topics. But
I will say
Go for it,
real
yeah.
quick because I didn't say the music in movies. I have two of them.
Yeah, go
One
for it.
is Inception,
good one.
was
Hans
fantastic,
Zimmer.
and from this year, Baby Driver.
Oh my god!
I thought it was amazing.
I didn't get to watch it.
I have it
It's
on Blu-ray.
really,
if you ever
really
want to borrow it,
good.
Jordan. I love that movie.
I
Chris
also don't
wasn't a
have a
big
Blu-ray
fan of
player.
it, but I like
You
it.
don't have a Blu-ray player? I have it on regular DVD.
Just how about music and movies and talk about Get Out?
Oh, and Get Out
Just
too.
because of Redbone at the
Yeah,
beginning.
the opening song just made the movie. It was awesome.
I could have ended right there. My best movie 2017.
Speaking of on that topic, what do you guys think is the best movie of 2017? Like we're coming down to the end of the year. This will air probably close to New Year's Day. It's Monday.
So yeah, Monday's New Year's Day.
It'll be New Year's Day when this airs. Like best 2017 movie.
Ferdinand, hands down. I'm just kidding.
Not a bad one.
I haven't watched a lot that I still want to, but for me, as of right now, I'm going to say Baby Driver.
What about you, Chris?
I thought we were going in order, and you're next. Don't go.
Oh, I was gonna say Baby Driver, or I really liked American Made with Tom Cruise.
It was pretty good.
It was pretty good.
I'm still gonna say Logan.
Logan. Oh my gosh, I forgot.
I'm not
Logan
gonna
was
watch
in
it ever
2017
again
too.
because it's too sad. But
I watched it twice in theaters. Logan was really good. Did you watch Logan?
No, I'm bad at
It's
going to movies,
fantastic.
man.
it's fantastic.
It's
I
great.
have it on regular DVD.
I'm telling you, Hugh Jackman is robbed for not being nominated for Best Actor.
Oh, he didn't get a nod for that?
Not even for a Golden Globe.
What about Patrick
Nope.
Stewart? Really?
Nothing.
Talk
Bull
about
crap.
another series that we grew up with, like those like
The
X-Men
X-Men.
movies. Man, I almost like had it been
Almost cry. No,
No,
I'm
like
trying to act
it was
you
like
weren't-
it was. I was holding it back, but had it been "Hurt Myself" by Johnny Cash and not
Hurt.
It's just Hurt.
Hurt, yeah, just Hurt. Like I would have actually just bought in the movie. I went and saw it twice and had to
Okay,
hold back
Tyler,
tears
yeah.
both times.
All right, whatever.
I mean, I think I cried in Toy Story 3, so.
I didn't watch.
I didn't watch Toy Story 3.
Oh, God.
I watched Toy Story.
I didn't watch Toy Story 2 either.
I watched Toy Story 2. I'm not that bad.
I mean, Toy Story 1's easily the best. But
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah. Sid creeped me out a little bit when I was a kid. I was like, that
That
guy.
was the point of Sid.
It was just, I was like, that's too real.
any
Too
movie,
real. What did he remind you of yourself or something?
any movie that says, you know who I'm going to get to do the music for this movie? Randy Newman. They get a gold star in mine.
I'm like,
You got a friend in me.
he's better at it than I.
Hey, the song when Buzz breaks his arm off, though, that song, and I will go sailing. You know what I'm talking about?
He's way better at this.
You know what I'm talking about,
It's
though?
not even close.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
what you're talking
Okay, I've been working up this really because I listened to the lyrics last time I watched Toy Story, and I was like, man, man, that is a sad song. So I'm working up this like really slow acoustic folk cover to that, and it's really sad. But I'm really excited about it.
Are you gonna do your Randy Newman impression for it, or are you gonna just?
No, it's gonna be serious. But I love Randy Newman too. Short People is one of the most. Have you heard that?
No.
Have you heard?
I had a professor in college that would play old music at the end,
Okay.
at the beginning of each class, and
It's
he dropped Short People on us one day, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to leave.
It's
Like, I'm gonna walk out of class.
it's basically
It's
2.5 minutes of Randy Newman hating short people.
The line is Short People ain't got no reason to live.
Yeah, that's
Oh
like
my
the
God.
first line. My
No,
favorite.
seriously,
My
I'm-
favorite line is, "You got to pick 'em up just to say hello." I mean, think about that though.
It's so
Hey there,
weird.
little guy.
Randy Newman is so weird. Like,
He's super weird, but I love Randy Newman because he's.
but after I saw that, I went and watched the Family Guy episode where he has a cameo. I'm like, wow, this is
It's accurate.
it's way better than I thought. Yeah.
Chris has done his Randy Newman impression on the show before.
Wow, what are the odds that you would have 2 Randy Newman impressions?
one
Wow, what are the
trumps the
odds
other.
that Chris does impressions on a podcast? Wow.
That's ridiculous. That's terrible.
I listened to that back, and I really don't like doing the Charles Bronson because when I listened to it back, it doesn't sound anything like it.
Well, I think it's great.
I did a
It's
pretty good
pretty
DMX
awesome.
one time.
He did. It was really scary. At first, I'm like, me and Lucas were like, that's kind of weird. But the longer he did it, the worse it got.
It's like while it was fresh, it was good, and then he just kept going and going, and it was just slipping and
It
slipping.
turned
and
into like
slipping.
the lady that hangs out at Huddle House that smokes all the time.
It
Named
turned,
Debbie.
it turned into like a lady with a smoker's cough at a diner. It fell off.
But like the story was like DMX was singing like Rudolph the Red-Nosed.
It was DMX did a rendition of Rudolph. The
Oh
Red-Nosed
yeah, I
Reindeer.
saw that video.
But I did that on the show, and like Chris is like, "Wow, that was really good." I was like, "No, it wasn't. Don't joke with me."
I was like, no. It was,
There is a Mad TV video if you want to look it up later of Randy Newman. It's like a parody of if George Lucas asked Randy Newman to do the prequels, and he just goes, "Star Wars is the place for space," or no, space is the place for Star Wars. That's what it was. But it's great.
It sounds
Lord.
awesome.
Yeah, it's. He goes, "I love Star Wars. I know you've seen the movies."
I've never actually seen him.
No, he actually doesn't talk like that. That guy was totally exaggerating, but
Why does he sing like that though? If he doesn't,
DMX, why does he rap like that? He doesn't
I-
actually talk like that.
I guess I don't know. Randy Newman just is. If anybody was ever born from an egg, it would be him.
That's a good quote.
We should tweet that. No.
Yeah, and get one retweet from you. Thanks, Tyler.
Yeah.
I retweet your stuff sometimes.
Occasionally.
My stuff, not
Not the
Static
not the
stuff.
better.
Oh.
No, not from the podcast. No, nobody ever retweets stuff from the podcast.
It's
except
just
for
me.
Tyler.
I try to grow our show, and it doesn't work. Society slaps us in the face and tells us to go on. But
All right.
whatever. Sorry, it got really dark. I had
I think
one.
I'm miserable.
I had one
Golly.
more thing I wanted to talk about for Star Wars. My one last thing about Star Wars was like, it's such a huge franchise that they have some of the weirdest cameos. Like in Force Awakens, it was like there was one of the clone troopers was Daniel Craig, like the one that got mind tricked by Rey was Daniel Craig, and then like Simon Pegg was some random
He was the guy at the
little shack thing.
Cantina, like
He gave out the rations.
Yeah, gave out the guy that was giving out rations.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt was one of the cameos in Last Jedi.
the one-
Sorry, the one we've been talking about this whole episode.
Yeah.
But he was, remember the guy that was like told the police, yeah, they just parked on the beach over there, like the alien.
Yeah.
That was Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Then the other stormtroopers, Prince William and Prince Harry, and
Tom
Tom
Hardy.
Hardy was one as well. But I don't.
Was that in Force
No,
Awakens?
that was in Last Jedi.
That was in Last Jedi. Cool.
And Gareth Edwards.
I don't know who that is.
He's the
Oh,
director of Rogue.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he
Gareth
directed.
Edwards was the guy that goes, salt.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
really?
Gareth Edwards.
I thought it was the guy beside him.
I think I was reading an article
Okay.
a couple days ago. I think he was the guy that
I
was
was-
like,
I was watching this review, and it's this guy. He's hilarious. He does really funny reviews. He goes, "Then there's the guy who tastes the salt. What if it wasn't, you idiot? Like, what if it just like was poison?"
he's just like,
Salt.
he died.
I never
What-
thought about that. Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
What'd you call that planet? You had like a funny name for that planet.
That called it Discount Hoth.
That's what it was. Discount Hoth.
wasn't
Or, like,
that-
or
wasn't that
off-brand
funny.
Hoth.
That's not off-brand Hoth. That entire salt joke was a direct reference to Hoth. I thought
Well, Hoth was a snow planet, so like
that was the point of this.
they were
that's what
trying.
I'm
They were trying to
saying.
say it wasn't Hoth. Oh, I thought you didn't catch that. I thought you.
I exactly
No.
caught that. That's why I made the Grand Hoth joke.
I thought the dude that
There's
was
been a
walking
running
out
thing
was
that we have
bleeding.
to explain jokes to Tyler, or Tyler explains the jokes we make on the podcast a lot.
Sometimes it's not happened in a while. This is like the first
There
one.
for a while, it was like every episode I would say something funny, and me and Lucas would laugh, or Lucas would say something funny, we both laugh, and Tyler's like, "Oh," and then he would literally explain the punchline.
Yeah.
But you were saying something like it was like the guy was bleeding or something?
Whenever I first watched it, because I mean everything was white, and they flew the ships in, which didn't disrupt any of the salt at
Yeah.
that point. And whenever that guy just stood up and started walking out towards the incoming people, I thought he was bleeding.
Yeah.
thought he
Because I thought he just had
And then I
bloody
thought, Why
footprints.
would he be bleeding underneath his boots?
Right, that
got
was
shot on
the
the
same
foot on his
thing.
foot.
I had no idea,
The old
but
pirate bloody boots.
yeah.
Why are the boots really not giving him any protection at all?
And then I was like, whenever that guy went out and tasted it, I was like,
You're eating
that dude
blood.
just ate that guy's blood.
One
Dog
thing
eat dog world out there, man. You gotta
Yeah,
in the previews, I thought it was like the ships made just red smoke. Just
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought they were
it was just
dropping
some weird,
stuff.
like, thing that
like a
little-
visual thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sure.
it's like, was it in Force Awakens or I don't remember, if it was Force
they dug in
Awakens
the
or Rogue One? Whenever they flew right close to the water and it was
That
throwing
Force
up.
Awakens.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was pretty awesome.
I thought it was
I
like,
thought it was a similar situation.
I didn't know, but like it's just like that one little peg.
Yeah,
drags
the
ground.
monoski.
Yeah. How did you guys feel about like? Did you guys want Finn to like go into the battering ram thing?
Part of me said no because he didn't get to do anything, and part of me said yes because at least he would have done something in the movie.
I didn't want to.
Like I said that we were talking about it in like real life and or not on the podcast. I mean, and I
It's
said
not real life.
This isn't
No.
no. This
and
is
I
made
said
up.
and I think I told you or Carson that I wanted him to die, and then like the more I thought about it, I walked that back because I realized I liked his character so much that I wanted to see him do something, hopefully in the next movie, worthwhile.
Yeah. I also thought that cannon was going to do a whole lot more than it did.
Like, I thought it was gonna be like this
massive,
big
and it just
explosion.
blasted a
Yeah,
little
I
hole
fully
in the bottom. I was like-
expected it to level the mountain.
or like at least blow both the doors off or something.
Yeah, like, but
Because they make it up like, dude,
This
it's
thing's-
gonna. This
This
thing.
it's
thing's like a
miniaturized Death Star.
Yeah, they definitely got the Space Dollar General.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
Save a lot.
They're like, so what is that thing? And Poe's like, it's a battering ram. They're like, so what's it? Or like it was a battering ram ray or something.
That's such a
Yeah.
weird
And the
thing.
guy's
Why
like,
would they
well, what's
have-
it do? It's a freaking battering ram. What do you think it's gonna do?
It opens doors.
I don't know. Like, so I remember, oddly enough, as casual as a fan I am, I did listen to a podcast about this. No one's gonna know what. Like, I'll hold. That's such an Earth thing. That's not
Oh,
gonna
you're
be
talking
a-
about in the beginning. Okay, yeah.
Okay, I'll hold. Like, okay.
So they have
It's
old
so
style
weird.
telephones in Star
Yeah,
Wars
I mean,
universe.
like it just didn't feel. It didn't feel right to me.
I think that carried on too long.
That
maybe.
I feel like,
Like one or two times that'd been fine, but like 7, I don't know.
I liked it. I thought it was funny.
I like Oscar Isaacs,
I didn't have a
And-
problem with it.
but
Look, I have a problem with like everything. So like, don't worry. Like,
Yeah, especially today.
dude,
it's been
Chris
like the
came in
past
so
6 months.
salty.
Don't worry about it.
Chris came in saltier than Discount Ha today.
That was a good.
Oh,
like it.
because there was salt.
They had to do that to.
Explain.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
snow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
no
okay.
snow. So it wasn't actually Hoth.
no.
It was like a cheap version of
I hate you guys so
It's
much.
like hiss.
Yeah.
Did that?
Hoth.
Did they ever give it a name?
Yeah.
Yeah, they called it
crate.
some
Crate.
Crate?
Yeah.
Crate?
Is it?
That's
Crate-
it?
Krato? Crate.
Krypton.
Crate?
Krypton.
What is Krypton?
It is. I swear
Welcome
I
to
think it's
Planet
Crate.
Box, basically.
Well, I think it's with a.
With a K.
Says it's crate.
It's with a K, Chris.
It's
Spell
not the
crate
same.
If you go to like a,
I actually don't know if it's a K or not.
it probably is.
I just remember the casino planet was Canto Bite, but
Yeah. Oh, but Dagobah's totally fine.
one of the. Well, I don't like. What,
It just sounds Dagobah just sounds swampy, you know. So I'm like, sure.
that's
When I-
like what you should call like on a hot day when you're sitting in a leather seat.
How about we?
Man, I got Dagobah going on.
When I was a kid, I guess I had like a mild form of dyslexia or something because I called Tatooine Tatooine for the longest time. So I thought that it was, instead of O-I-N-E, I thought it was O-N-I-E. Or however it's spelled, but I thought it was the other way.
That'd
Star
been-
Wars.
Yeah, Naboo. I always liked Naboo, and I always got it confused with like other planets.
Do they have sand on Naboo?
I don't know, but I hate sand. It's coarse and it's everywhere.
I also called Coruscant.
I didn't. I said.
How
I
is
said
it? Coruscant.
Coruscant or something like that.
Well,
Coruscant.
I just go by the Obi-Wan rule of thumb, and he says Coruscant. So
I love his
Coruscant.
accent. In those
Coruscant.
movies.
Yeah.
Ewan McGregor's awesome.
The one thing I
Poor
didn't
guy.
like about that
Poor
the
guy.
movie was like Hayden Christensen's like he's like on a planet with a girl, like a hot girl. All I can like talk about is like, oh, I was a slave.
Okay,
Feel bad for me.
that whole sequence with Anakin and Padme and Attack of the Clones is Canto Bight to me. I mean,
Yeah, it was
it was
awful.
totally pointless.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's like, oh, he basically, okay, so people are supposed to believe that they're in love, so we have to have them like rolling around in the field.
Is this your George Lucas accent?
Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Oh, you don't have the turkey.
The
neck.
Jabba.
Yeah, the Jabba.
Olga Chaka.
I did the Boston ass right there.
I will say, just in I guess regards to the Last Jedi as a whole, I think, I think that a lot of people. I'm not saying you. I don't think you.
Are you
but
pointing
No.
at me? Is
No,
it me?
people-
It's okay if you
a lot
are.
of
You can tell
people
me.
that dislike it. I think a vast majority of people that I've talked to that dislike it, I feel like are disliking it because they're being told to dislike it.
Yeah,
Like I can't because their claims are a lot of them are bizarre. Yeah, I mean there's like I said there's some hokey stuff. There's like the Canto Bight scene.
I think. This is why I think I have this opinion because I didn't grow up with it. So the hokey stuff comes off as hokey to me.
Did it come off as hokey to you in the other movies
Yeah.
though? Okay.
see,
Like,
I
when
didn't.
I watched the original tree, I'm like, okay, some of this stuff is kind of supposed to be funny, but I'm not finding it funny.
Right.
Gotcha. See, I didn't find this movie as hokey as I did The Force
I don't.
Awakens, or
I don't know.
even really
probably
Rogue
have to watch
One.
The
There
Force
were a
Awakens.
few scenes where I was like, okay, like whenever Luke dusted his shoulders off,
Okay, look.
I was like,
I could have.
that was not necessary.
Okay, yeah. I,
but
remember, I was telling people, I'm like, that was awesome. Like, no, that was like the lamest thing I've ever seen. Like, no.
yeah,
Come
I think
on,
I came
you're an
out of the
adult.
movie-
Who does that?
When I came out of the movie, I let the hokey stuff bother me a lot more. But then I started thinking about like the character development, the story,
The
and
hokey
like
stuff
that.
didn't bother me when I got out, and then I thought about it. I'm like, wait, that was stupid.
No, like I was like, that didn't really matter of like the story that just happened. Like
Oh, yeah.
I let it bother me when
Yeah.
it was fresh in my mind. But like looking back, I liked that Rey went to the planet and like actually learned from Luke a little bit, and then she's like she learned and developed her thought process for the Jedi herself, and it wasn't that the hokey stuff had a big impact. It's just that it bothered me a little bit when I was in there, but when I came out, I was like, doesn't mean
That being
anything.
said, can we talk about how wide Adam Driver is?
yeah.
He's broad,
Like,
He's my favorite new character.
how, like,
Hands
dude,
down.
just because of the body, right?
Just
do you have a towel or something? I mean, please.
Yeah, I love the character of Kylo.
Oh,
Ren.
yeah,
I think he's the most diverse character that we've seen.
I think
the
he's
most
he's won me over this
Yeah,
movie.
he annoyed me a little bit in the first one.
See, he annoyed a lot of people in the first one,
But this one, I thought he was great.
he didn't annoy me. But
I mean, he didn't. I mean, like, he annoyed a lot of people a lot more. I mean, he didn't. He got on my nerves a little bit. He didn't really.
there's a lot of things though that I bypass because at the end of the day I go, it's Star Wars.
Yeah,
I don't-
yeah.
That's kind of how I felt like once I like let the hokey stuff not bother me more. Force Awakens, though, Adam Driver, like I felt like he didn't get enough like time on the screen. Like when he did, he was kind of whiny. But like
Yeah.
that last scene
Yeah.
where he had the fight scene with Rey, I'm like, all right, I can get behind this guy.
Yeah, that was
That
the
was
Kylo
good.
Ren I wanted.
Yeah, I
when he
wanted
was
that the whole
angry.
movie.
And then in The Last Jedi, he was still building up to this point, and then at the very end there, I was like, that's Kylo Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like I remember when The Force Awakens came out, I had a conversation with someone will remain unnamed, but they were like,
I'll take my answer off air.
they were like, well, Rey's stupid. I'm like, why is Rey stupid? And they're like, because she already knows how to mind trick and she doesn't know anything. And I said, all right, so you can believe that someone can move an object with their mind, but the fact that they can just already know stuff, I draw the line. And I think a lot of people are doing the same thing with this movie. It's like, well, this is wrong, or, yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, the whole
to
thing.
be fair, Luke says he'd only seen that power like once before.
Right,
Yeah.
and my explanation of it was, well, she can do those things because the Force
And this
said,
is the movie about her. She's going to be the one who's
Yeah.
trying to make this anyway. So, wow, we want 3 movies
Yeah.
about some guy that really sucks at it at first. No, nobody
yeah,
wants that.
You would rather have, and Luke is my favorite character overall, but I cannot stand him in A New Hope. Cannot stand him. I would
He's
much
pretty
rather have
whiny.
Yeah.
Rey
He's pretty whiny in that
than a
movie.
guy who picks up a lightsaber and goes, "This is the most dangerous weapon." He's like, "Oh." And he's like 19. He's playing with a ship. Like,
Yeah.
all right, come on. And I don't like that Luke, but I like Luke later on.
Here's the thing: he had the same sense of a porg. The porgs were looking in the lightsaber in the.
yeah.
That was the most tense part of the movie.
Oh, I was hoping it was like when the porg
the-
was jumping on the lightsaber, he's gonna like shoot.
Oh,
Now
it.
they're
yeah.
all
Oh,
like,
yeah.
please don't, please, please don't.
Here's a question that's been floating around my workspace a lot: is so did Chewie eat the porg he cooked?
No, he didn't.
No.
Definitely didn't eat that pork.
I
No.
think he did. I think
Yeah,
he went
yeah.
around the behind. The Millennium Falcon's like, they ain't looking. I'm gonna eat this thing.
He's a Wookiee.
He's gotta eat, man. Man's gotta eat.
Wookiees gotta eat, man.
What's he gonna go do? Get the breast milk from that alien
Now
elephant
that,
seal?
so you want to talk about something unnecessary?
That was
was a little
awkward.
It looked like a
Yeah,
Bell's seal.
especially whenever it just like turned and looked at
He made
Ray,
eye
and she was
contact.
just like, "No, I can't watch
I was
this.
That was,
Like this
Why-
is something personal that's going on, and I'm just
Come
gonna
on,
look away."
man, like-
that was weird.
They formed a relationship. Luke and that elephant seal formed a relationship. He'd been there a while.
Okay, have you seen an elephant seal before, Tyler?
Yeah, that's a real thing.
I don't think you know what they are. If that's what an elephant
That's
seal
what
It
I
was
thought
more
an
like a
elephant-
giraffe
That was
seal.
like an
or
alien,
something.
it was like an alien elephant seal, like whatever. Like
It was the an elephant seal mixed with a giraffe.
okay,
yeah.
I can get behind that. So can Luke.
Pretty much.
Yeah,
Luke got in front of him.
yeah, he was all about it.
Oh shoot. Well,
I think overall,
overall, Last Jedi.
people are being a little nitpicky,
It is.
and I think it's an
And
injustice.
I was actually very worried about it going in because I haven't watched it. I mean, it's been out for 2 weeks now, and I've read all the reviews
I'm
saying that
surprised
it's
you
been.
you didn't get yourself spoiled.
Yeah, I don't know how you did.
I don't use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram,
I've had movies spoiled by just idiots
anything.
walking
That's
around.
fair enough.
I've also been not at work for
Yeah.
a week,
That's
week and a
fair.
half at this point, so it's kind of.
Yeah.
And none of his family's seen it. Like that's he's
Right.
been staying in
Yeah,
like the.
you had-
I have a
perfect
very
storm.
small bubble that I've been in since it's been out. So.
Lucas is like the grumpy old man that lives in the street. He doesn't like talking to people.
I
But,
thought
like,
that
as a
was me.
23
I was gonna say it
That's
sounds-
me.
You're talking about
Yeah,
him.
But
I don't
Lucas-
think I'm the grumpy one. I'm
I'm
just
the
the
grumpy
dude
one.
that like stays in his apartment, and then you see me go out and get food every now and then.
Yeah.
No, but where would you put it among all the Star Wars films?
I would put it at third.
Third?
Third over.
Yeah.
Behind-
Wow.
Well, are you judging like best or favorite? I mean,
Favorite.
Favorite.
favorite, yeah, third. I mean,
Okay.
Return of the Jedi has always been my favorite, and then I think Empire's after that, and then this. I think Empire's the best, but it's my second favorite.
See, I really like 5. I love Empire Strikes Back and then New Hope because I watched New Hope like a million times, and then probably 6. So it goes 5, 4, 6, and then I really like Rogue One. I like Force Awakens.
It's not a mainline story.
No, I think
You
could
can count
Yeah,
Rogue
you can
One.
count it.
It still has things to
I
do
thought it
with
was good, but
It-
I mean, I haven't watched it, but I
Darth
mean,
Vader was the best part, which he
I
was
s- I
awesome.
saw that
Yeah,
clip
it
on
was
YouTube.
amazing.
That clip is freaking hot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's so cool.
I really liked the,
And Ben Mendelsohn, of course.
Yeah.
he's amazing.
but I really liked the idea of this is something I've heard all about. I've heard it a lot, like how they got the plans of the Death Star. Like this took a lot. Like
It
a
was
lot
a
of
cool
work.
story to tell.
Yeah,
I'm
I
glad they
wanted-
told it.
That's why I liked it. Is because it was the story that didn't really get much screen time.
Well, so does that mean we need some trade deals or whatever?
They had 3 prequels for that, so they're good.
One movie dedicated just to the trade issues.
I actually read a extended universe about the political strife during the prequels.
We need a House of Cards.
And-
Sans Kevin Spacey.
It actually
Don't want-
explained
don't need
all
that.
of those movies so much better in the book than it did in 3 movies. It made so much more sense. It was actually really good.
The Clone Wars TV show does a little better job too.
Yeah, they
I
do.
mean, I still don't think it's like super important, even though it is.
It's
there's
not.
conflict.
But it's really it was fun to watch. It wasn't like I was hesitant because it was Clone Wars and I didn't really like. the
Oh
movie
yeah,
Clone
I
Wars.
assumed it's like it's a kiddie show, which technically it is. But
Yeah,
It was still
it's
had good
good.
story. Like it had
yeah,
some
I
cool
mean, it's
characters.
geared toward children, but
I
it's
still
good.
think
So was
the
Justice League. Like
final
the cartoon.
season,
Justice League's awesome.
Justice League, Young Justice.
Young Justice was good. too.
Anakin Skywalker in Clone Wars is way cooler than he ever is on screen.
That's
That's
exactly
true.
Right.
Like
100%.
Kind of a low bar, though, don't you think?
Yeah.
it is, but it's nice to see him be cool.
I have
Like,
brought balance
Yeah.
to the universe.
Well,
I do think the lost episode with Yoda for the Clone Wars
Oh
in the final scene. I think that's the best episode of the entire series.
Yeah, it is.
But I'll leave that at that.
You're good. I was gonna. I'm out of topics.
Oh, I
so-
gotcha.
But I definitely want to say thank you to Jordan for being here. Like,
No.
loved having him. You're hilarious, man. Love talking to you.
Thanks, man.
I love talking to you like off the show and on the show.
I'd like
This was
to
awesome.
get him on again so we can just me and he can just reminisce about.
Yeah.
Some,
I think you guys should talk to Luke, and you could have a summer crew topic or somewhere on there, and then you could mix it in.
A
But
summer
We could do like
Be funny.
preparing
a summer
students.
crew
Like
cast.
if any college students need just a
2
work.
summers, a podcast covering those 2 summers that'd be a pretty good podcast.
it would be good.
I had a side story. Like I was paving on the road, you all would
That's
drive
true.
by and you could just throw
We'd
crap.
always
And-
yell, "Where's Tyler?
And then we would see
What are you working on?"
Lucas every now and then
Yeah.
at a cabin or a. Did you
Some-
go to John's? You went to John's a couple
He
times.
did.
didn't you?
Yeah, once or twice.
We see Lucas at John's and.
But yeah, we'll definitely have you on again. I mean,
No, I'd love to be on again. It'd be great.
and definitely check out his music, Jordan Allen and the Bellwethers. You're on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play. Like he's everywhere, guys. Definitely check him out.
We're about to come out with I just want to throw a little.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah,
Plug.
We're about
plug
to
away.
release a 5-song EP called. It's untitled, but so far I don't know what we're gonna name it. But it's a collection of 5 cover songs: "Gold on the Ceiling," "Hard Day's Night," "Stacy's Mom."
Okay.
If you ever want to hear that, folk. What else we got? Hey Ya, and why can't I remember the other one right now? Staying Alive. And so those 5 songs we're going to release for free. So we're just trying to spread the word about our upcoming album because we're going to be also launching a Indiegogo for that probably in February. So.
Yeah. We'll definitely check that out. You had me at Gold on the Ceiling because I love the Black Keys.
Yeah, I knew you did.
Tyler doesn't shut up about it.
I actually just got the mixes back for that, and it's phenomenal. It's great.
I can't wait. Guys, check us out on all social media. Check Jordan out on social media. You got Facebook page, right? Jordan
Yeah.
Allen The Bellwethers.
And his tweets are fire, by the
Yeah,
way.
you should go follow Jordan Allen just in general because he's
You
hilarious.
got good tweets.
I never tweet, but thank you.
When you do, I'm like, "Good tweet."
But guys, thank you.
I'm on Twitter like a lot.
Yeah, I like your tweets. Carson's are the best, though.
Carson's are.
Carson's are my favorite.
We're gonna have him
It's
on
so
sometime.
funny.
I was wondering if he'd been on here, but
Yeah.
yeah, you need to have him
We
on
need
here.
like if we had enough mics for him and Luke and Jordan at the same time, that podcast would go do gangbusters. Okay, that podcast would break all of our records for 20 people listening.
Hey, we have some episodes with 40 downloads.
Yeah.
Yeah. But hopefully this episode's been better than static. Catch you guys next time.
If I find my way home.